Okay, here's ear taping part 2. This is now you have your puppy. Ears are cleaned up and ready to go. So you take your stick, your ear post, and the bottom, the part that goes into the ear is the one that has just a little bit of padding at the end, and this part has more of the padding and it goes at the top and supports the tip. So we're going to do the soft side, it goes into the ear with the hard popsicle stick facing outward. So you just put it right in the little pocket right here. Pull the ear up nice and tight on the post. If you have any curling at all at the tip of the ear here, make sure and pull it tight so it's straight because you don't want the ears to curl backward. Take one of your short pieces, anchor it on the post, just gently lay it around, covering the tip, especially if you're trying to correct any kind of a curl. It needs to be over top, so it'll hold that curl, or hold the ear in place without the curl. So just lay it gently across and then squish it on. We don't want any tight ears, anything cutting off circulation. That's very important. Then take one of the second longer pieces. This is a bit long. Anchor it at the bottom here. Lift puppy's ears up, or ear up I should say, and take it around. Make sure and go down here so you're covering over where the post is going to be and supporting that ear. Squish it on again, not too tight, that's why you just lay it on and then squish it. So that's one ear. Then we do the second, or the same to the other side. You're always taping in towards the head, so the ear will curl like this, not like this. So posts are in. I'm just going to turn him a little bit. Now you take your bridge, hold the puppy's ears so they're up exactly where you're going to want them, which is like that. So you hold those ears up on top of his head. If you don't, and you end up with ears down here, you get a pocket right here, and the ear won't sit up nicely on his head. It'll sit with a big pocket. So you take your bridge, anchor it here onto the post. This is where it's easier to have two people if you don't really know what you're doing. Pull the ears up, make sure they're perfectly perpendicular. Lay it around. Come around, give a little bit extra here, or sorry, a little bit of, just enough so they can fit these two together. Bring this all the way around. And squish these two pieces together. And then squish them nicely onto the base. Make sure it's not attached to the top of his head. And they're up nice and high and straight. And they will loosen a little bit if they look a little bit tight here. If the puppy's eyes are a little pulled, you might want to just give it a little bit of relaxation. There you go, up nice and tight and high. So what you want the puppy's ears is to look exactly like this. You don't want this, you don't want this, and you don't want the post popping out the bottom, which ends up having an ear like that when they're running around. This is particularly hard to correct. It's harder to correct than the ears that go out like this. So if your puppy's ear post pops out and you have an ear like that, redo the tapes. Don't let them stay like that. And there you go. That's ear taping.